The largest celebration of Robert Burns begins in Dumfries tonight.
Yes, in the town where Scotland's national poet died. The Big Burns Supper is taking place in person for the first time since the pandemic. Thousands of people will be joining in and attending the show. Kate Walby has spent the day behind the scenes.
You probably weren't expecting this, but this festival brings the life and works of Robert Burns to a brand new audience. A fun-filled display of eye-catching events celebrating the bard. The Big Burns Festival is back, slightly smaller than usual though, as it readjusts to life after COVID. The bar is stocked and there's just time for some final rehearsals. Tonight, 500 people will fill Lawburn Hall to watch artists from across the pond.
I'm from the US originally, but I'm currently based in London.
Now, how much do you know about Robert Burns then as an American?
Not much.
You're learning lots now that
I
you're up here.
Yes, it's been very nice.
This weekend and next weekend there will also be plenty of live music. The event began back in 2011 when its founder, Graham Main, moved back to Dumfries and realised there was very little going on for Burns Night. It grew massively very fast, but then COVID came.
What we've decided to do is to start from the bottom up basically. So we're starting with Haggis in 2023 and then I think we'll grow the festival from there. And that's really important to us because last year, January 2022, we had 330 shows that we had to cancel. So it was hard for us to do that. It really pushed our capacity. But above all that, actually, it was just really knocked our confidence. So I think what we've done now is put a festival together that's about us engaging with the audience that we love so much, and we do love them, and bringing them back together to see how that feels.
It's a real extravaganza of lots of circus artists, so lots of aerial, some ground work like hand acro balance. There's local community members involved, and that's ranging from dance groups to a 45 to 55 strong community choir who kind of host the whole show throughout.
Freya bases me hanging by my mouth off her feet, just her little toes, and then we switch it around at the end and I pop it in my mouth and I pick Freya up.
I'm spinning about and twisting around and she has it all going through her mouth.
It's a lot of just my mouth getting wrecked every night. To our knowledge, I'm one of the only women who both bases and flies it both in the UK and in the world, and we're one of the only female duos that do it.
Keeping all the girls safe is Marshall. You guys can't get distracted, can you?
Absolutely not. It would be at the detriment if any of our aerialists were dropped because they're lovely people and they'd make terrible pancakes.
You've got another job though too, haven't you?
Yeah, that's not even what I'm supposed to be at. So I'm the resident fire performer and or cabaret artist. So I'm the sort of person who goes around shooting fireballs at his nose and all sorts of weird stuff.
At the Burns celebrations, the Haggis is given VIP treatment, being piped in, put in a place of honour and toasted.
A contrast to the traditional Burns Night. But it appeals to a different and large audience and without a doubt puts Dumfries, the town where Burns died, on the map of cultural events. The festival also has a new venue this year.
We've always had a love affair with this building because as young people we attended raves here, we attended gymnastics and the dog shows. So this is the first time we've been in this space itself, and it's an incredible asset, I think, for Dumfries and Galloway in the south of Scotland.
You've made this hall very much home, but you've only got the use of it until the end of March. Do you know what's going to happen there?
Not really. We are hopeful that Dumfries and Galloway Council will see us as a potential tenant going forward. We've put forward our case. We think that the south of Scotland deserves an entertainment hub. We think it should be part of the Borderland strategy. We've got great infrastructure going into Carlisle, airports and train stations, and we want Dumfries and Galloway to be the capital of culture.
For now though, attention is firmly on this opening weekend and making the return of the Big Burns Supper a success. Well, there are 6 events over the next week, 3,000 people expected here. When it comes to celebrating Robert Burns, there really is nothing else quite like it in southern Scotland.
I was quite nervous but also excited and intrigued watching that. Some of those acrobats are incredible.
It's a complex event. It's going to be a great show, and one of many, of course, in the next 12 days leading up to Wednesday the 25th, and Burns Night itself. You will be planning your suppers right across the region, I am sure.
On the ITV Evening